Africa's biggest football fiesta will kick off December 21 in the North African country of Morocco, and 24 top sides from the continent will slug it out for the big title. And for the host, it's their chance to win the first title since 1976. They got to the World Cup semi-finals in 2022 right there in Qatar. But the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Teranga Lions of Senegal, and also defending champions Les Elephants of Côte d'Ivoire will have a huge say if Morocco can go ahead and win this first title in almost 50 years. Welcome to our tournament preview that features Olawale Adigo, that's my name, and also I've got Chuma Nolly and also Timi Oweye on this preview. How you doing, guys?
Very good, Wale. Good to be here.
Thank you for having us, man.
All right, don't forget the format stays the same, and it's still 24 teams, 6 groups. There will be best losers that will proceed to the knockouts. So nothing has changed from the previous one that we did enjoy in Côte d'Ivoire. But let's talk about the host, the Atlas Lions of Morocco, who, interestingly, the name of the mascot is called Assad, which is also a name of one of the players who will probably be getting at the AFCON, the Carthage of Eagles. It's one player to watch out for, Assad. So that's an interesting fact in there. But Chuma, the host got to the World Cup semi-finals in 2022, and that has brought a lot of attention. But they've also lived up to it, right? But do you think that adds an extra layer of pressure on them?
It does, but sometimes, that pressure leads you to the treasure, as the case is for this Moroccan side. We expected that much too in AFCON 2023 that took place in 2024, and we saw them knocked out despite being still fresher from that World Cup experience as at that time. But that's been consistent. We've seen them in the World Cup qualifying series. This team considered just 2 goals. They were unblemished when it came to victories in the World Cup qualifiers, and they've also been able to prove their mettle in different facets of the game. They can brag about having the best player in Africa right now in Achraf Hakimi too, and there's been consistency as to the leadership of the team too. That's something that will work. The same coach who took them to the exploit in Qatar 3 years ago is the man who's still in charge of the side. All of these things will play out in their favor. They are hosts as well, and we know the conversations that have been on social media after the CAF Awards as to CAF and Morocco. I'm not going to say more than that, but all of these things play out in their favor too. We're going to be seeing a bit of laser lights, which is something I don't buy into, against opposition sides too.
All right, don't forget that the hosts are in Group A that features Comoros. It's also got the Eagles of Mali and also the Chipolopolo of Zambia, who are champions from 2012. But still on the champions, just quickly, Tini, how good is this Moroccan side?
Well, they are very good. They're very good because you check out how they qualify for the World Cup. 8 games, 8 wins, scoring plenty of goals. Tells you a lot about this Moroccan side. They have quality players. Achraf Hakimi playing for PSG, Brahim Diaz playing for Real Madrid. They have explosive players who can turn games around for them. And like we said, they are hosting this game more or less because Guinea could not host. And so more or less, they will look at it and say, hey, we have the opportunity to win this competition just at our backyard. The last time they won was in the 70s, Olale. I wasn't even born then. And I'm very sure a generation of Moroccan fans didn't see that Nations Cup, didn't see Morocco hoist or lift up the trophy itself. So in all of this, you just have this feeling that they will be gearing to want to win this at home. I think the last Nations Cup in Ivory Coast, it was just surprising that they lost in
South
round.
Africa.
It was really surprising because they really played well. But I think they'll be giving this one a shot. I expect them to go as far as the finals, and I expect them to even win this tournament.
So definitely, Chuma, Morocco are one of the teams to beat. Who are the other teams you're tipping to have a go at the title?
I think looking at the last set of editions of the AFCON, Algeria champions in 2019. Algeria also one of those North African teams that's qualified for the biggest of stages next year in USA, Mexico, and Canada. Surely Côte d'Ivoire too, a side who were lucky enough to finish third in the group and then somehow still went all the way to win. They had a fantastic record in the World Cup qualifying series as well, which is the most recent set of matches we can use to judge African teams. Côte d'Ivoire did not concede a goal in the qualifying series for the World Cup. That's huge. And for a team to be so blessed with talents that they're not carrying Nicolas Pepe to this tournament, it just shows you the kind of brilliance Adingra is not going into, which is a bit of a surprise. So that's going to be Côte d'Ivoire for me. Senegal, surely there's been consistency around that national team, and I will be forced to mention Nigeria's Super Eagles because of the talent we have individually. As a team, I'm not yet sure of the Super Eagles, but they'll be in the conversation too.
Now, Timmy, what about you?
Definitely, I will start from where Chuma stopped. Definitely, Nigeria has to be in there. you look at Nigeria, every tournament apart from maybe 2006, they've always got. I mean, maybe 2008 too. They've always got into the semi-finals of the competition. So it's definitely Nigeria, one of the teams to watch out for. Like I said, Morocco will be in there. Never ever rule out the Algerians because they can also be very tricky. They've been out in the doldrums for a while.
Fun fact about the Algerians: they are unbeaten in the last 3 group stage edition of the AFCON. They've never lost in the group stages.
It tells you a lot. They won it in 2019. They didn't do well in 2023. The one they hosted in 2024. But in all of this, you just have to look at it and say, hey, Algerians will be in there. Egypt, let's not forget Mo Salah is having some issues right now at Liverpool, but he want to prove himself again. He want to tell the world that, hey, even though I'm having issues with Liverpool, I want to make my country proud.
In what state of mind do you think Mo Salah goes into the AFCON? We know that things are not going right. Let me stick with you in that before we talk about dark horses and wrap things up. In what state of mind? That we've seen how the Egyptian teammates have rallied behind him, saying he's our leader, we're backing him, whatever's happening in Liverpool, Salah is Salah, and nothing changes that. But for the player himself, don't you think he goes to the AFCON needing to prove himself to Egypt? Remember, Jamie Carragher said, for all you've done, you've never won the AFCON with Egypt.
Yeah, I think that would be something at the back of his mind, especially those words from Carragher, knowing that he's not done much for the Egyptian national team. But you look at it critically, this Egyptian side, he's always been the one that has carried them all the way through. 2018 World Cup, they couldn't do anything much because he was injured before that tournament. Even the Nations Cup that they got to the final, you always see that Mo Salah has always been an instrumental player for the Egyptian national team. The only problem here is just the fact that they don't always have the edge, that finishing touch to them lifting the trophy. So I feel that going into this tournament, I don't think he has anything to prove. This is a man who has won titles, who has scored goals, who has done plenty of assists. He was the MVP from last season. He had clubs knocking at his door even after the season that he had with Liverpool. I don't think he has anything to prove. What he needs to just go and do for Egypt at this point in time, have a good showing at the Nations Cup, and maybe a better club might just come for him.
So do you think that Salah Chuma has produced a statement moment with Egypt, or he needs one at this AFCON?
I think for me, it's beyond just trying to prove to guys in Liverpool or Carragher that he's that good. I think it's a case of him proving to himself and his countrymen that he's a legend of the game in that territory. Yeah, because for every time we hail Nwankwo Kanu, we talk about the fact that sadly he did not win the Nations Cup with Nigeria. And that's one bragging right Mikel Obi has had over him, that he won the AFCON beyond all of the continental glory at European football level. And for Salah, that's it. Final 2017, final 2021, Senegal stopped them back then. So, and he knows he's in his 30s now. So the pressure on him is, I would like to win the AFCON for myself and my country. I think that's more of it. It's like Didier Drogba, who did not win with Cote d'Ivoire, than trying to prove any points in Liverpool.
All right, so I mean, we're done with the title favorites. Who are your dark horses, Chuma?
Uganda comes to my mind, not to win the title,
Cranes.
but but they come to my mind, maybe not to win the title, but as a side who will go far in the competition. Sometimes you look at them and think that they don't have enough quality. But I've seen this team, 10 matches in the World Cup qualifying series, 6 wins, 4 defeats, amassed even more points than Nigeria Super Eagles, even though they were in different groups. And they come into a group where you think, even if you're not top 2, you finish third, you can still qualify as one of the top 3 teams, and anything is possible when you get to the knockout rounds. After all said and done, Nigeria was so perfect in 2021, winning all 3 group games, including beating Egypt, only to lose to Tunisia, who finished third in their group. So there's that opportunity for Uganda. And then I'll just throw in DR Congo, semi-finalist last time out. Yeah. Now they're about to go to the World Cup. Yeah. Uganda and DR Congo for me.
Uganda, DR Congo, that's some East African flavor to it, sort of. But for Timmy, are you going West African?
Yeah, I will go for Mali first. Definitely, you have to look at them critically. They
perennial underachievers, right?
They are always doing so much in the group stages. They will play so well. But at the time when you need them most, they just tend to fizzle out in the knockout stage. I think I will still pick them as one of my dark horses for this Nations Cup. Let's not forget Burkina Faso. They have some very good players at this point in time. Breton Traore, who is playing for Sunderland, and they also have another player, I can't remember his name right, but you just have this feeling that Burkina Faso might also just be in there. Remember the last Nations Cup Nigeria won, they got to the finals. It was Nigeria that edged them. And definitely I have to say DR Congo. Hey, who can just not look at DR Congo? Sebastien Desabre, he's done so much for African football. I wanted to have him as the Super Eagles coach. I would have loved it, but then it didn't happen. So for my dark horses, Mali, Burkina Faso, and definitely DR Congo.
Sebastian Deserve is on his 12th stint or 12th job in Africa. He knows the continent like the back of his hand. He's managed with that Casablanca. He's managed Lobola.
He looks like a Claude Leroy.
Yeah, it's like a Claude Leroy, right? It's Claude Leroy. And talk about Claude Leroy, he says he doesn't believe the Super Eagles have got what it takes to win the AFCON. He believes that our firepower up front is not convincing. He said if you score 20 goals in World Cup qualifying in 12 matches, you should be doing better. And for that reason, he's not convinced about Nigeria's chances. So sad. But before we wrap up this preview, guys, I want to put you on the spot. Who is winning AFCON 2025? Chuma, you go first.
Do we have just one option or two?
You have one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Why not finalists?
Okay.
Okay. Let me make it easier.
Okay, finalists. Morocco. Will be in the final, and Nigeria because I'm Nigerian, but Morocco.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah. I think I will toe his line. Morocco definitely should win this competition, but then for the other finalists, I'll be looking at DR Congo.
All right, some interesting picks from the guys on our tournament preview for AFCON 2025. It begins on the 21st of December when the host Morocco take on Comoros, who have named them a fully foreign-based team for the Africa Cup of Nations. Do well to enjoy the tournament, and it's dead to December. It means that you can have fun, celebrate Christmas, and also enjoy the very best of African football. It's a wrap from us right here.